Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is December 20th, 2023, and we are in the Old Testament book of Job, and we are going to read chapter 29 today. So Job is going to start summarizing his defense to his friends before we move into the next section of this discourse here. Now, his friends, we keep repeating that his friend's argument is that simple argument, bad things are happening to you, you must be evil, you must have done something wrong, you must have angered God somehow, because if you were being blessed, if you'd done everything right, then God would be blessing you. And Job's refutation of that is, look, you guys know me, you've known all I've done, you've even been blessed by me in areas, so you know that's not true. I'm a righteous person because you've experienced my righteousness. And we get to this point where Job is making his argument, the false part of his argument, which is that conflict is, you know what, okay, God, for whatever reason, decided he's going to confront me over something, and I don't know what. And we see him take that argument that, hey, you know what, I've been doing righteous things, and he almost takes it to the right place, because he says, because he's not angry at God for stripping away the righteousness. He's lamenting that, hey, you know what, now because God has taken my blessings away, I can't bless other people. I don't have the means to do that anymore. That's the tragedy in Job's eyes. So we see why God wanted to elevate his righteousness. That's where his thinking is coming from. We know that's not true, because just giving someone a word that they need to hear, or sharing the scriptures with them, that's all we need to share righteousness. We don't need riches, and we don't need families, and we don't need houses to share God's righteousness. But that's kind of where Job is right now. So again, how is he managing to be angry at God yet not curse God? And that's kind of a clue to that. Okay, because he's seeing it as a loss to himself, that something that he wants to do for God, now he thinks he can't do it anymore, and that's part of where his anger and his disillusionment and where his frustration is coming from. So let's go ahead and we're going to read this section, Job chapter 29. Job further continued his discourse and said, "Oh, that I were as in months past, as in the days when God watched over me, when his lamp shone upon my head, and when by his light I walked through darkness, just as I was in the days of my prime, when the friendly counsel of God was over my tent, when the Almighty was yet with me, when my children were around me, when my steps were bathed with cream, and the rock poured out rivers of oil for me. When I went out to the gate by the city, when I took my seat in the open square, the young men saw me and hid, and the aged arose and stood. The princes refrained from talking and put their hand on their mouth. The voice of nobles was hushed, and their tongue stuck to the roof of their mouth. When the ear heard, then it blessed me, and when the eye saw, then it approved me. Because I delivered the poor who cried out, the fatherless, and the one who had no helper. The blessing of a perishing man came upon me. And I caused the widow's heart to sing for joy. I put on the righteousness, and it clothed me. My justice was like a robe and a turban. I was eyes to the blind, and was feet to the lame, and I was a father to the poor. And I searched out the case that I did not know. I broke the fangs of the wicked, and plucked the victim from his teeth. Then I said, I shall die in my nest, and multiply my days as the sand. My root is spread out to the waters, and the dew lies all night on my branch. My glory is fresh within me, and my bow is renewed in my hand. Men listened to me, and waited, and kept silent for my counsel. After my words they did not speak again, and my speech settled on them as dew. They waited for me as for the rain, and they opened their mouth wide as for the spring rain. If I mocked at them, they did not believe it. In the light of my countenance they did not cast down. I chose the way for them and sat as chief. So I dwelt as a king in the army, as one who comforts mourners." May God bless the reading of his word, and may God bless you. Bye.